Okay, it should start going through. Let's see. Yep, okay. It's going in. Alright, let's open this up. Okay, got this link. Post on the Facebook. It's going in. I can hear myself. Alright, throw that out there. Bam. Oh, let me take that off. Alright guys, what's up? I'm your host, Average Crypto Joe, and today we got our Chief Operating Officer of the company I run, called J Squared. We got Richard over here. He's
Hello.
We need to get a wide frame lens because we can't fit our faces on here. So the way that we're going to format this, guys, is I'm going to have Richard sit in the middle, and then I'm going to kind of be off to the side, and he's going to go over like who he is, some market outlooks, things that should be on your guys' minds in the market, and then some of his top picks. Just to kind of let you know a little bit of background from myself on Richard. Me and Richie, we've been talking about cryptocurrencies for a few months, and he's made some amazing calls. And he's always on the ball with crypto news. He always knows like kind of what's going on, and he follows a lot of different groups. So when we talk about like the difference between technical and fundamental analysis, Richie's really a pro at fundamental analysis and kind of getting a feel of where the markets are going. So with that, I'm going to kind of hand this over and jump out of the screen. I'll be monitoring YouTube from my phone to see if you guys have any questions for us. Okay, all right, Richie, you can kind of take over.
Thank you, Joseph.
I know you can't see, but you're on.
Yeah. So, well, crypto is very, very, very exciting. Very exciting going forward into 2018. I think we are going to see a lot of people start to understand where blockchain is going, rather than just what is Bitcoin. You know, they're gonna first hear. Now you hear everyone talking about what is Bitcoin. Now you're gonna start hearing the questions of, you know, what's the next thing gonna come? What's next? And believe it or not, you're gonna see a lot of companies already coming out with things that you have been thinking about. So, coming into the market today, everything is looking good. You know, now we're starting to see a lot of the top players start to come. I mean, look at the top 5 here. This is real.
Just say it's like your first live stream.
Yeah, this is my first live stream. But
Hold on, let me adjust the camera a little bit because I don't know where I put my but
how can I view? Oh, here it is. This is where.
Well, if you look at yourself, I'm sorry.
Oh, then it starts to.
Mirrors.
Yeah, right.
I learned that the hard way.
Okay. So yeah, so I like to focus on more of the macro things and more of the emotions tied to the market of where you see the market going, you know.
Okay, so what are you taking a look at right now?
Well, I was just gonna talk about more of the macro, how we start to see these big coins, and I think later you're gonna start to see it start to funnel into the smaller coins. But there are things you have to keep in mind that, you know, all these greens, it looks too pretty, you know. It looks too pretty. That is at some time things have to go up, down, up, down, up, down, up. You know, it doesn't just go up, 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 up. So
you're saying that not everything goes to the moon forever.
Right. And we're just in a big up. So, you know, eventually it's gonna have to come down, and it will. But there's a lot of factors that go into that, and that's what you have to be identifying and keeping in mind is what are the factors that are going into the plays. And something that's been on my mind is Tether, and for people who aren't really familiar with Tether and what Tether is, basically what they claim is to have a 1-to-1 back for their coin to US dollar. So their coin is worth $1 US value of Bitcoin. So that would mean every Tether has $1 US is backed. Now, they have not proved that, although they have said that they were going to prove it through audits, and they have over $700 million supposedly out, and they have not proved that this is backed. And as you see on their website, go ahead.
So, Richie, can you explain, like, I'm just trying to help you out here, man.
Yeah.
Like, explain the implications. Like, what does that mean when they say, okay, it's backed, like, so 1 Tether equals $1, and so what happens when that's not the case? So
when that's not right. That's a very good point. So basically, that's going to be as if they created dollars, and they can't create the dollars. That's in the Federal Reserve. That's by the government. So I feel as if
there's fake dollars pumping the market.
There are fake dollars supposedly in the market right now.
Yeah, guys.
Fake U.S. dollars.
This is a pretty sizable concern.
Right, and it's not has been proven. I don't want to throw it out as if, but it is something to keep in mind. And if this turns out to be true, you will see some major market.
You guys gotta imagine it like this. There's like $800 million of Tether in the cryptocurrency market right now. It's all invested into cryptocurrency, and so if that turns out, a lot of it, I'm sure some of it's legit, but a good chunk of that could be false. If there's $400 million that has been pumping the market, and then it's been pumping prices even further, you gotta think about the multiplier effect when that money gets taken out. Right. So I'll let Rich continue.
Yeah, no, and it just says here, I mean, this is just off the front page of their website about how transparent they are, and that they are subject to frequent professional audits, and yet they have not had an audit yet since 2015. Well, they haven't had it ever, but they've been around since 2015. But this is it's making me scared, It really is about how about the whole cryptocurrency market, how people say it's scams. This is going to give them, if this turns out to be true, this will give them something to kind of back them and say that they won, that they think this whole thing is over and that it's a scam. But I mean, that's looking a little too big in the picture, but it's just something to keep in mind here.
Yeah, guys, this could easily turn this whole bull market if it were to come out. Because they said that they are doing an audit soon, and if it's to come out that they have not been backing this up, you could see a 20 to 50% dip in overall market cap. I mean, we're talking a huge amount of the crypto space being propped up on these U.S. dollars that never existed. That's going to stoke a lot of fear, and like Rich said, because Bitcoin and all these cryptocurrencies are going mainstream. Some of the leading titles on Facebook for a week, 3 of the last days, Bitcoin's been in the top mention. And so if that's the case, these news media that say, hey, this stuff is a bubble, Jamie Dimon, all these CEOs are going to come out and be like, oh, see, it was a bubble the whole time. So you guys got to be aware of this stuff. It's not necessarily that crypto is a bubble, but it could be propped up on the bubble that is Tether.
Right, correct.
And that's why I never, by the way, as a trader, I never trade into Tether. Stay away from Tether. It's not a U.S. dollar. You cannot claim U.S. dollars for Tether. So it's not worth it.
And another thing I heard that Bitfinex had claimed that people were trading their cryptocurrencies back to Tether, and that's where all the money had the circulating supply had increased. But in reality, if you're trading from crypto to Tether, that's not worth a U.S. dollar. The crypto is a crypto, So there's some things that need to be settled out there.
Okay.
So,
do you want to go over some of your picks now, or
some picks? Well, there's tomorrow net neutrality is having a vote, and that's regarding the coin Substratum. If the net neutrality is passed, then
why don't you explain what Substratum is?
Okay. So Substratum is, we're looking at a coin that is going to decentralize. Oh yeah, I can pull it up here. Let me see. So every computer has the ability to be able to host a website that is loaded. So when you go on a website, there are hosts in the background. Say so GoDaddy or Amazon or Google owns the hosts that are loading the website in the background. Now every computer has the ability to do that. Now it may not be able to host the whole website for the whole internet, but it can host a small amount or be able to help load the page. So throughout all these computers connected, we will be able to load multiple pages very fast, creating and sustaining the internet. through a decentralized way. So I'm going to let Substratum's front page here show you.
You want to talk about? Well, let me kind of interrupt here, guys, and kind of tell you why this stock is kind of undervalued. Just going back over here really quick, guys. So Substratum is very close to a product launch. It's launching its product in January, and they're also doing a 1/3 token burn. So they have a total supply of 352 million.
Right.
They're going to be burning 100 million of that. So that's almost 1/3 of the supply that's gone. Their market cap is very reasonable for like a project that's almost done, guys. This is $84 million, and they're trying to decentralize the web. What this is going to do, it's going to affect people in Iran. It's going to affect people in China, people in Russia, people in North Korea are all of a sudden going to have internet that is no longer censored. And then along with the net neutrality vote, that will affect Americans. But let me just show you another project, just to bring it up, to show you like how much this project, which is not even close to finishing their project. Okay, guys, this project is valued at $221 million. And all they're doing, which, I mean, it's cool. It's not that no one else is doing it either. But what they're trying to do here is build Ethereum-based apps for your iPhones and stuff like that. So it's just iOS phones. It's not even Androids, I believe. That's all they were trying to do. They're already valued at $221 million before product launch. Substratum is a sleeping giant, guys. This one, if it were to go up to $200 million market cap, think about it like this. If this goes up to $200 million market cap, this has to double. So you guys are talking about this thing going up to over 70 to 80 cents when that does happen. So just talking a little bit from the technical side about why this is a steal, and then I'll throw it back to Rich.
Good point. Good point. I mean, you're talking about the operating systems of Android and iOS, and I mean, recently I just came across an ICO that was talking about a whole blockchain-based phone. Now that's starting to bring in mainstream. Another interesting pick. Whoops, that was not what I was trying to. Looking down at here we go. Archain. This is a project that I've been looking at, and I don't think many people have an understanding of what it is or even what it is as a company. So what Archain is looking to do as a development is their major development is what they're working on is they want to run Casper on multiple nodes. Joseph, that's what I was talking about, running Casper on multiple nodes. Now they haven't, it's in develop, they're working on it, but when they come out with that, I think that will be a major player in the cryptos. Yeah, so if you're thinking about the internet and how the internet has evolved to be the internet, it's more than just one word, the internet, being able to have a whole global system. It's really one. Now I haven't developed things on the internet, but I just know that it's more of the one specific thing that had enabled this to become the internet. And one thing specific was like a specific HTML routing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like it's not just the internet is the internet. There had to be that one specific development within the internet. And I think that Archain developing these Casper on multiple nodes, being able to run Casper on multiple nodes, may be something similar to how the internet, what was that specific thing that has become evolved the internet.
And then I think I talked with we actually know one of the guys who actually is on the ICO team,
right? And
you know, he well, it's I don't even know if they're an ICO. Actually, I take that back. They're not an ICO. I take that back. But he was saying something about how our chain is a platform, just kind of like Ethereum. Ethereum and a lot of other platforms like Neo, they all do things differently in their own way. So our chain does its own thing as well. And platforms are very popular and booming in the crypto space.
Right.
Everyone's trying to be the #1 platform.
And I think people are trying to hit that scalability because people are just starting to see more people come in and they see the scalability issue and they're trying to think more of the next level, like not just a straight blockchain, but let's take a blockchain and let's split it out from each blockchain and let's create, another blockchain, or even something like Tangled, like IOTA has a blockchain Tangled. Now that's an interesting concept because it's not. Let me
why don't you show?
Let me show you because it's to be able to visualize it. And now I like IOTA because I think it's more sustainable long term, and that's what they're really focusing on. And I remember even coming across a video saying that IOTA has the ability for machines to create their own economy against people. And I know that sounds absolutely insane, but in reality, if I break it down, think of it as if everything had a sensor, if your computer screen had a sensor to be able to track how much dust it had, and it could be able to upload that. That is the Internet of Things. That's IoT. It's a big thing going on. Wow, this is kind of slow. So with everything being connected to the internet and be able to put up their data, everything can interact with each other. So let's take an example. If a vending machine, this is actually the example off of the video that I saw. If a vending machine had a map programmed inside of them to understand that if they were at a certain place that these other vending machines are at, they would be selling more product. Therefore, they have to find a way to get to that place. Now, they broadcast that to the internet. Some drone sees that and sees an opportunity to make money. How? Well, a drone will be able to create that service by picking the machine up and setting it down in the place that it wanted to for a service fee. And that basically has created an economy for machines. Now, I know that sounds crazy, that sounds insane, but I think the future, develops very quickly. We see robots and machines talk about artificial intelligence, talk about gene manipulation. I mean, it's a reality, and I think you'll start to see these things coming quicker. So, yeah, you want to hop in, Joseph?
Well, I was going to start my part of it or whatever.
Yeah.
Unless you wanted to.
So, I was just trying to get to the Tangle part.
Yeah, go for it. That's the Tangle right there,
yeah. Yeah, right. So this is just, wow, this website just keeps, I'm used to a touchscreen computer. I have a touchscreen, and this is it's throwing me off, man. I just usually just touch it.
He's like a normal person, man.
Just.
I'm gonna pop beer.
Yeah, pop one open. But I was talking about. So this is the Tangled. It's a blockless distributed ledger which is scalable, lightweight, and for the first time makes it possible to transfer value without any fees. That may be a big player. So this is just reading. So today's blockchain's consensus of is no longer decoupled, but instead an intrinsic part of the system, leading to decentralized and self-regulated peer-to-peer network. But this is IOTA is able to sustain against quantum computers. Thank you. And so, I mean, that again, with the development of technology, you'll start to see quantum computers, and that's a whole nother talk of development. But I'll let Joseph take over here.
All right, man. So Richie's gonna. You want to take? He's gonna take his computer. By the way, DNA is way up. Just so you know, it's up to 50 cents. That's another crypto we'll cover on another day.
That's
So, hey guys, got a beer here. Matches with my sweater. It's pretty nice. I like. Didn't intend to do that. Still got my Ethereum sweater on. Haven't taken it off at all. So, you know, this is Richie's first time doing the live stream. Could tell he got a little bit nervous, but it's all good, man. I've definitely been there. I am going to be talking to you guys about this historical analysis that I performed, a little project of mine, to kind of go over price predictions for 2018. And I'm going to post this to a few different groups because people have been asking me for my method as to how I came up with this and what everything means. And I know, like, I could kind of come off as a mad scientist every now and again. So I'm going to go over that really quick. Let me just pull it out of my email. Or actually, I might have it in my downloads. And then I'm going to have to switch the window over to it. So just give me a sec. Okay. We got it. All right, here we go. Price prediction model. So we're going to open this up. Okay. Stream health. Okay, guys. So I'm going to switch this up really quick. Give me 1 second. So we are going to put this onto Excel. So here we go. It's pretty cool, right? Becoming pretty proficient with this stuff, I swear. All right, guys. So let me explain, like, what I did here. So I did a forecasting model, basically utilizing market caps for all crypto, so the entire cryptocurrency space. And then I also use average growth models. So I'm going to go into each model I use and the research I did. So for the market cap model, it sounds pretty simple. It's very transparent to what it is. We use 4 years of data. Of course, the longer the pattern, you know, the longer the history, the stronger the pattern. And unfortunately, because most Bitcoin history only goes back to 2014 to where it was tracked, that's as far as we can go back. So we can kind of see in the first year of cryptocurrency, it started off at a $10 billion market valuation, and then it dropped off, you know, basically 50% of it got wiped off the map. And then ever since then, it's kind of been on a road, like basically a lightning track. You see a 25% gain the next year, 150% gain basically in 2016. And then right now you have a 2,476% gain. And this December number right here is off because now we're over $500 trillion, or not 500 trillion, we're up to $500 billion. So this number right here is still a bit off, and I have to correct that. I said I would put out a new chart once January 1st came out, probably celebrate a little bit of New Year's, so I might get it out January 2nd or January 3rd, but I will get that chart out there. So you guys can kind of see over here, I put the rate of growth so you guys can see this, like basically it went parabolic. As we see a lot of cryptocurrencies go parabolic. And, you know, this could signal to a lot of people this is the end of the year, and this is the start of the year, that blue line, and then those are the years on the bottom. All right, guys, and this gray line is the rate of growth throughout those years. So obviously this kind of could look like a bubble to most people, but I agree with people that if you look at this as an adoption curve and not just a growth model, in terms of market cap, it's not all that unbelievable. We're talking about revolutionizing the financial industry over here, and the financial industry is a multi-trillion-dollar industry, so it's not crazy to think that cryptocurrency could get up to a $2 to $5 trillion valuation in the next year or two and stay there for a long time. Over here, and then the ending market cap. So you can see Bitcoin and Litecoin, just like how the market contracted 50%, Bitcoin contracted 54%, and Litecoin contracted 84%. And you guys can see over here, this is the percentage of market cap. Let me just bold that really quickly. So over here, you can basically tell like who's really the dominant player throughout the year, and you're going to see as we go through the history that Bitcoin becomes less and less dominant, and is going to lead to an event called the flippening that people talk about so much. So 2015, we can see Bitcoin still dominant at 91%, but then some other cryptocurrencies kind of creep into the picture. So we go over Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dash, and Monero. Okay, and we see the rates of growth. So we see Dash is on a lightning track. Guys, again, Dash is one of my favorite cryptocurrencies. Okay, going to 2016, they're all going crazy again. We got a little cryptocurrency known as Ethereum that pops in about... Ethereum popped in at 2015. However, I didn't include that data because there was no January date for the data, and I did not want to break this up by months. That would be too complicated. So I just kept it to 2016 at a solid January 1st date. And you guys can see that here we have Ethereum's on a lightning track. We got Dash on a lightning track, and look at Monero, man. I mean, Monero is just killed it. They went crazy. Okay. Fast forward to 2017, guys. I mean, we just had a parabolic year, and you can tell that because let's just hold on a second. I'm just adjusting the mic over here. So if you guys look back at the rate of growth, you can see why we had a parabolic year for all these cryptocurrencies. Why'd they all go up like 1,000% each? Well, here you go. The entire market cap of the space increased by 2,476. That's insane, guys. And that could lead some to speculate that this is a bubble. So anyways, going back over here, so we can see, guys, the market cap is going down. Like, we had 77% before, 91. Now we're getting down to 87. Now it's all the way as low as 63.59%. So the market cap for Bitcoin it's really getting caught up on by some other coins like Ethereum, which we can see like these other coins are around 2%, 3%, 6%, 1%, 4.4%, 1%, but Ethereum comes in and kicks ass. So Ethereum started off at 4%, then it goes up to 10%. And we can see Monero, Dash, and Litecoin are kind of fading behind. Not saying that they're not growing. You can see over here their growth is lightning. But if you want to talk about the fast track, you're talking about Ethereum. Okay, that's just what the numbers show. This is just a numbers thing. This isn't playing favorites or doing anything. This isn't stacking the books. This is just showing you what it is. Okay. So then we perform the average growths. We can see, like, okay, this is where this number is from January 2014, and then this is from December 2017. So we can see the rate of growth since our research started. We can see these numbers. This is like where Bitcoin started off into where it is now. Grew 3,000% overall. And then we can see Ethereum, 69,000%. We can see Monero, 180,000%. Just crazy growth rates, sorry. And then we can see the average rate of growth. So the way that this is taken is you divide this number by the amount of years of the data. So we had 4 years, okay? So just showing you guys the kind of method behind it. And then we can see the average market cap. So this kind of breaks down over the course of these years, what was their average breakdown on the market cap, okay? So now that we got our numbers as far as forecasting goes, so like historical numbers as far as like market caps for the prices and then market caps for the entire space, we can start doing a bit of a forecasting model. So over here we have a conservative forecast. This is what I call the forecast based on market cap and the large cap stocks, or cryptos as we call it. So over here we can see, okay guys, this is our 2018 predicted market cap. Let's just, why'd that go out like that? Blah, blah, blah. I messed something up, hold on. There we go. Okay, it's back. So this is where we're at right here, which again, we're a little bit higher. And this is where the numbers are showing we're going. I mean, this isn't, again, this is not my opinion. This is the numbers that the graph is showing from doing all this data. We have an average growth of 650% per year. That's the number we got over here. So that's where this number came from, just showing you guys. Okay? So we have an average growth of 650%, 0.92% per year. We apply that to the ending balance, or what we predict to be the starting balance of 2018, and then we multiply these two numbers to get this number right here. Okay? So that's how we get this, basically a $3 trillion valuation. Pretty crazy, right? So then what we do over here is we take the average market caps. Again, we got that from these numbers over here. See? Those are where those numbers come from. Okay, guys? So we take those numbers, and we got the average growth. Average growth came from... Oh, average growth is in terms of market cap percentage. So those numbers on this page are not going to apply over here, okay? So you can see over here that this has to do with market caps, okay? So we're calling these are the market cap predictions for just what do you call it? 2018. So we're saying that Bitcoin's gonna go from like a $290 billion market cap, sorry, to a $1.8 trillion market cap. I know that seems a bit crazy, guys, but if these market caps hold up, this is the average market cap. Remember that Bitcoin is actually higher than that. Bitcoin right now is at 63.59%, so it could very well like fall into this range. And so this accounts for a fall in Bitcoin. Like people, I hope people realize like this accounts for a fall in market caps amongst some of the giant coins. So based on this, we can kind of make a price analysis. And so here we have the starting balances right now. Like this is basically what we got, which by the way, Ethereum went up to 700 bucks. So why don't we just adjust our model for fun? All right, we adjusted our model. Litecoin is still there, and these are pretty constant. Bitcoin kind of adjusted downwards, so we can put like $17,000 over there. It doesn't matter, guys, because I'm going to put out, like I said, I'm going to put out a new historical forecasting chart once December 31st closes, and then I can put the ending price for Bitcoin. And then you guys can see the predicted prices. These are my predicted prices based on my conservative model. So I'll let you guys take that in really quick. We got Bitcoin at $88,000. We got Ethereum at $2,423. Litecoin at $945. Dash at $2,208. And Monero at $1,100. And honestly, if you ask most people in the crypto space, this isn't a crazy estimate. Okay? Like this is fairly like conservative, honestly. A lot of people are expecting Bitcoin to hit 100K by the end of this year. Now, you might be sitting there and being like, oh no, it could never do that. Well, Bitcoin went from $1,000 to $10,000. That same level move would be Bitcoin from going from $10,000 to $100,000. It's still like $1,000 to $10,000 is a tenfold increase. A tenfold increase from $10,000 is $100,000. So if it made the same move it did this year, it would end up there. Now we're predicting that market cap is going to go down. That's why you kind of see Bitcoin's growth is slowing down. I mean, slowing down is relative, right? It's 519%. By the conservative model, the safest bet in this market, considering the only cryptos that are right in front of you, is going to be Bitcoin, right? Okay, so we're going to move to the aggressive model. And again, I'm going to adjust these lights because way too bright. My eyes can't take it. Give me a sec. All right, we're gonna shift these down into 10. We're cutting our light supply by 50%, guys. I'm not doing a historical analysis on every time I shut the lights off. All right. Okay. All right. A lot better, a lot better. I still need some sunglasses. I'm going to have to wear sunglasses in the future. So anyways, guys, this is a 2018 price analysis. This is our aggressive model. This is based off of average growth only. Okay, so these numbers come from here. Okay, the average growth over the years. All right, guys, so we're going to apply these numbers. We're going to take these ending balances of 2018, and we're going to apply it and see what we get at the end. So you guys can see big price differential over here. I mean, if we can like post this really quickly. So we can see the differential right here. Okay, well, hold on one second. Blah, 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 blah. Do that. Get proficient at Microsoft Excel, guys. It'll help you out so much if you're doing modeling and stuff. Okay, so we're going to see the differences. So this is the difference between the aggressive model over the conservative model. So it's actually interesting what ends up happening over here in this model. So this is what we're looking at right now, guys. I'm just going to select that so you guys can see that. So we're looking at the top left, and you guys can see like Bitcoin kind of goes down, which is interesting because this is the aggressive model. But however, average growth for Bitcoin has been slowing down. That's why we see that number. As far as average growth per the market cap, Bitcoin is up higher on the conservative forecast. But then, guys, we can see in terms of average growth, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dash, Monero, they're all on like a they're all on a super extreme path. And you see Dash kind of following the same footsteps of Bitcoin, kind of going to end the year at 18K. Guys, I'm really big on Dash. I cannot say enough about Dash. I think Dash is what Bitcoin wanted to be. So please definitely look at Dash. And then we see, guys, Ethereum, my baby right here, $12,111. Wow, that'd be sick to get that. Now, these numbers are, what do you say? They're sparkly, they're nice, they're cool, they're fun. It'd be great. We are all going to be millionaires, right? Like, that's just going to happen at the end of 2018. Not so fast, guys. You know, we talked about earlier over here about the Tether scandal that's going on, that we don't know what's going to happen over there, and that could easily undo a lot of good work. We could see an ice age. We could see cryptocurrency go stagnant. Like, I'm just trying to tell you guys this so that you realize this is not financial advice, okay? This is just my research based on numbers and the way that they're going. And this research basically says, hey, if this bull market continues, this is what we're looking at. Which is a very big assumption over there, guys. If it goes red, if we get a basically a nuclear ice age, then we could be looking at a lot of red for a few years. So anyways, guys, I hope that you appreciate this forecast. I will be making a much more detailed forecast in the future. We're going to go over seasonal, like how these cryptos perform over the season. So fall, spring, summer, and then we're going to do monthly breakdowns as well. If you'd like me to cover any other cryptos in this forecasting model, please comment them. Also, guys, if you like cryptocurrency, if you like following up on news, if you guys want to hear more about analysis, please go ahead, like the channel, like this video, subscribe and share it. I really appreciate it. We're trying to go ahead and help educate people. A lot of people say they don't know about cryptocurrency, and we're trying to provide that free education over here. That's why we call this Average Joe's Crypto. We're trying to explain crypto for the average Joe, and that's what I am, guys. I'm just an average Joe. I'm nothing special. So hopefully you found this video helpful, and will help you make a better decision in the future as far as investing or learning more about the space. So with that, I will see you guys later. Alrighty, have a good one. And stop it.